Take the space you feel well in. And use your hands as a symbol for, I want to use my body. I go through my body to arrive at myself. And I feel how my chest, my breast is reacting to this. It feels perceived itself. And then I turn my hands and I just go down through the body. And I bring this feeling, I feel myself through my body. I let it move through the whole body into the earth, which also belongs to my body. And I notice the countercurrents which come about and make me tall, but also light. The heels just become light by themselves. Then I let go. I let my breath react. I make a step forward or backwards and relax. Let's do it one more time. Already noticing that the 4 lower senses are in action. And the principle is that we are in a way not really doing things, but they happen through perception. We use these 4 senses to make things, not to make things happen, but they just happen. I arrive at myself, I feel myself, I touch myself. My sense of life notices how my chest reacts. My sense of movement accompanies this movement through the body into the earth. And just by observing what's happening, just using the sense of balance, I notice lightness comes about. Spaces come into being. Good feelings arise. The breath reacts, I let go and make a step forwards or backwards. And breathe. And just sense, how is this little exercise doing to my body right now? What is it doing? And now just go just in the middle of your room, that we practice a little bit the wings, what we did last time already. And that you stand upright, you just remember how it was right now. You turn your hands, that the back of the hands look into the space behind. And it's just a symbol that my back and my shoulder blades are doing the same. And then I try to bring, just through perceiving it, bring it about that the hands, the arms rise by themselves. And just don't lift them higher as feels good. And after a while you decide, now I let them go down again. And I perceive that it feels like as if they would be carried down by a parachute, weightlessly. And then arrive at yourself and notice how you stand now. How your body feels. Make a little step. And then we try it again. And now maybe you look in a way that you even notice at this point or that point, if I'm honest, I get stuck. And then just experiment. What do I have to do in my body to make it work? Everything's allowed except doing something in the arms. Watch in the space behind. Let it rise. And when you notice, maybe here it starts stopping a little bit. How do I do it that it continues? There are different ways of doing it. And here maybe, okay, it stops. And now I want to go on. How do I do it? The arms move further. Just notice how you do it. And then let it sink again. How do I make it that it feels carried? How do I decide how quick it is? Just try to observe how you do it, how you support the flow when it gets stuck or too quick or something else. Arrive at yourself and breathe. And always when the body reacts like this, become aware that it reacts to feeling perceived. Great. Come a little bit forward, that we directly start this exercise or this joyful being pulled backwards just by letting the rear wings, the wings of our shoulder blades rise. But now we do it in the way that we feel it. And first we feel the space behind, the depths of the space. And we try to feel it with our body, with our arms. And then switch your consciousness in a way that you make your arms rise and that the space invites your wings to come backwards. And when the arms sink, you have the feeling you become released towards the world in front. But the space behind comes along with you, carries you. Arrive and breathe. And now when we work with the shoulder blades in the head, it's easy that it starts pulling you like this. And we try to create the pull, but look for that our legs react to this being pulled. That not our upper body becomes pulled back, but the legs feel it and starts reacting and walking. So we let the wings rise, and now this back space, we let it pull our legs. And which part is pulled, and just follow. And you always try that the legs are doing, and then you let go. And also now you have the feeling, this releasing of the arms in a different way. Does it live in the legs? We do it one more time. It's just trying to do things. You don't have to be successful. But you try to feel the big space behind with the help of our body. The wings unfold and the legs listen to this space and do not walk into this space but feel invited, pulled in this space. And when the arms come down, you feel the space behind bringing you, and the legs take it up. And let go. And now, from there, we go to the gesture of balance, but we do not just put our hands there. We have created it from the streaming up and streaming down polarities, creating it. But now we do it once again from the stream from behind, the being streamed through our middle creates the balance. And we start again with this, we let ourselves become pulled backwards as we just did. The legs feel the invitation and follow the invitation. Just stop before you crash into a table. You arrive. You take some time to adjust that the left arm goes down, the hand, the palms of the hand, listen, look into the space behind. And then the space from behind comes forward. The wings, you feel them, the stream through your chest, carrying you forward, forming, carrying the gesture just by streaming through it. It's just you stream through it, you stream through it. That's why the arms touch them, each other. And then you let your breath react. You return to yourself and let go. We do it one more time with the question in mind. When I'm stream through from behind forward, what makes it that I do not get lost, but that I still arrive at myself? Because eurythmy always means arriving at yourself. So just, it's a question, but there must be countercurrents which bring me to my center as well, despite of all being streamed through. Last time, prepare your body to sense your wings, the space behind the wings, unfold in it. The legs are invited to bring you there. Oh yes, they respond to it. Feel yourself standing in this space. You are part of this space now. The lower hand looking behind, the upper hand looking forward. And then the space starts to move forward. And you follow your legs, take it up. And you walk slower than the streaming is. And you stop and the stream continues and you look for what makes it that I still arrive at myself. But I feel the stream from behind through my arms, carrying them. What creates this balance from going there and going there? A different kind of balance is meeting like this. Just breathe, relax, and just look in your room which place feels best to do a few more exercises, because now behind the sense of balance, the element of warmth, of fire, of transformation stands. Yeah? The level of the eye, actually. And for this, I would like to show you first the letter C, which we use in eurythmy. And to start with, just feel your hips. Yeah? Move your hips up, touch them, that helps feeling them. And then you move them up a little bit, one hip, and then the other hip. Great. And then just let your hands go and try now to create with one hip a little bit of energy around it, which creates a streaming upwards, and you just like smoke, the hands go up. But try not to lift your hands, but the hips create the stream hip, and they create this uplifting quality there. And like smoke, it moves in circles, it plays, it's not just streaming upwards, it's just a playful play of impulses. Yeah? So one hip starts and gives an impulse and it just continues, just like feathers you lift. And then the other hip. So nice. and then let go. And never overdo it. It's so easy to get pain in the hips, and we want to address actually the airy element in the hips. Because fire needs air to burn. And now let's do just a few steps forwards, and each step we try to bring lightness into our hips. One hip moves slightly, and the other one creates this uplifting qualities, and the hands just follow. Playing with the hips. And arrive and breathe. Just feel how you stand now, just having addressed the element of air, not just in your hips. Maybe they have been working now, they are fiery, my hips are fiery, but how airy does the rest of the body feel now? Great. Just go back to the space you feel well, and then a gesture of C is in a way just the bigger variation of this, and it's like you open up your arms, and it's like bending downwards as if there would be a heavy chest. You see a heavy chest, but then you grasp it and you notice it's light, it's only feathers, and then you start playing with these feathers. And after a while you can't play anymore because they've all gone, but they're still flying, and slowly they come down. And you really try to feel these feathers coming down until they lie on the earth again. And then be honest to yourself and listen if there may be still a feather coming, or then another one, and now they have touched the floor again, reached the floor. And then breathe, do a step, and we do it one more time. Very gently, just bend a little bit, not far. You enjoy these feathers, and you just, they are of you, and you give some impulses, pushing them a little bit higher and higher. Through this, your feet feel well grounded, and you just open up. It's a space of silence. Just listen into this space, out of lightness, out of balance. Silence. Space for listening comes about. And just stand and breathe. That's the C gesture, a airy but also warm quality. And fire is the transformation from matter into warmth, also on a soul level. And the fire beings, or all elemental beings, they live in a different way between the light forces and the forces of gravity. And let's just recollect the human way of standing in these qualities by forming the triangle of gravity first today, but we just above our head. And then we stream down left and right, creating a sort of triangle, and the feet go apart. Place them left and right and create a triangle which really feels grounded on the earth, but maybe even rooted in the earth. And feel this gravity in your body. If there would be only this gravity. And then create the triangle of light pointing towards a point under your body, then streaming upwards, left and right, creating light. And then both are there, completely unfolded, rooted in the earth, rooted in the light. And now create this O gesture, which in a way is our symbol for we care for the balance, the right balance between them two. And just play a little bit. Feel the forces of gravity in you. Feel the forces of light. Great. And then just return to yourself. Let go. And if you want to symbolize the different elements with these two triangles, you could say that in the fire beings, these two triangles are stuck in each other. They are just penetrating each other. Yeah, they are not so high up because the light forces are in the meta forces. The meta forces really are in the light forces. The forces of fire, of the capacity to burn, is in the wood. So now we do the same, but it doesn't reach out so far. And we do it only twice, and we just touch it very gently. Not overdoing it, but just feeling what it feels like a little bit being a fire being. And now just create the triangle of gravity again. And really go into it. And then have it create the triangle of light. But now it's not so uplifting. Still the triangle of gravity stays, but maybe even you make it as before. Yes, this would become the human way of doing it, but then pull it back. That in a way it's not higher than your head. And then the forces of light are in the forces of matter, and just feel them. Yeah, they are as big as you are. And then just have it and do a little bit of see on one side and see of the other side, and see there's movement in this. It's not stiff, but it's bound to each other, full of energy, full of potential. Maybe even two C's. But here I am. And look out, what does it feel like? Bound to matter. I'm fire. Working in matter. As an element. And then just let go. We do it one more time, we are not doing it perfectly in any way, but just, yes, these forces work, at work, that we have energies which can create equilibrium between everything which is so heavy, and these forces can carry a lot, or transform a lot. Triangle of gravity. Immobile, stable but forever. Triangle of light. Would like to just be as big as the cosmos, but bring it back into the world of the elements. And have the feeling you are in there now when you do the see. But notice now mobility comes about, but full of energy. You could create explosions if necessary. See and see. Don't overdo it. Just step out of it again. Arrive at yourself and just feel what it feels like that you have this upright posture, that you have these beautiful hips, that you have this shoulder griddle, the roof which carries your house. And the house is carried by the roof, not the roof by the house. And then just create a few nice sea gestures around yourself from the hips. And this innocence, but also beatitude, this gracious quality of warmth in you and around you. One step forward, one last time, then we will sit down. Just feel the roof of your house. It's carrying the house, the hips. Just play a little bit, they are in balance. And how much weight do you experience when your hips are in balance? And then, with this feeling, create gentle sea, transforming powers, hand it over to the gods. And let them do it. Hand it over to the earth. Feel your uprightness and the quietness which lives in you. Then breathe. Take what we've done along with you. Sit down and listen to the resonance. What is it doing now? What can you perceive of it? Which parts of your body enter your perception first? Upper body, just the chest, the legs. And what do they feel like? What would you say about your inner mobility? It's fine-tuning. Is your body just stable? Do you have the impression of stability comes first or mobility comes first? Both is right, and it's just depending what you ask and how you look at it. But how is it for you at this moment? And where do you see impressions of balance in the sense of weightlessness? How do you have to look for it, and where can you discover it? And with which words could you describe it for yourself? What is it, this? Balance, spaces.